Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Looking at a Necca toy now. I do have a few Necca toys. They're pretty good, but they're more display stuff as opposed to sort of play stuff, in my opinion. But and haven't been the best quality the ones I had in the past. But this one does look particularly good and looks like it could be better quality. Then this is obviously, as you can read, the American Werewolf in London. Keep clear of the moors, beware the moon. Ultimate Kessler Wolf. Pretty cool looking box. See the actual toy wolf face there, particularly terrifying. That'll give you nightmares. And you can see on the back, that does look particularly nice. And just tells you a little bit about the movie. If you've not seen that, I watched that when I was a kid. It sort of terrified me. And we can see that the front does indeed open, and we can get a look. That is a fantastic, you can see me there, Mike. Fantastic looking toy and an alternate head. Okay, let me just quickly pause this and I'll set him up, and then we can get into it properly. And if you like sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right now. We've got prize draws going at the moment for Joy Toy toys, which are fantastic, including their Warhammer 40k line. Okay, so I'll be back in an instant. Okay, here is, this is pretty damn cool. I think Necca have done a cracking job in it. There are a couple of things I'm not keen on, but that's more to do with the actual design of the monster as opposed to the actual toy. So, you know, it sits in a nice pose there with one paw up, ready to scratch, which is always find that amusing with werewolves using their claws, because dogs don't do that. That's a cat thing, but anyway, never mind. Maybe it's a mixture of the human and the dog. So here is the default head. That is really not very friendly. That's quite terrifying. See under there on the paws, the body coming around. And one of the things I'm not keen on is this tiny little stubby tail. I much prefer a slightly longer tail. Body again there. Pretty cool. If we look at the other head, the mouth open head, what that is, I think I'll have some unpleasant dreams, and that is really quite terrifying. And that's where the joint goes in, obviously. Very cool. And I'm assuming it's just a pop off quite easily, I'd hope. He's saying that is like, yeah! There. Yep, simple pop off and a simple, or not. Pop on. God, that is that's freaky. This is great. It's going to go, you know, it's 1/12 scale, but this is really, as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm more about the 1/18 scale. This can go fantastic with my 1/18 scale fantasy figures, sci-fi figures, and anything you pretty want, you know. It's not a stand up on hind legs werewolf, but it is pretty damn cool. So articulation, so head all the way around is a ball. There is some, that's quite sharp. There is some up and down. Shoulders go all the way around, and this is really impressive. They go out really far, which dogs don't do, but this is a werewolf, so that's the reason why, I guess. Look at that. Very cool. You do have a bicep bend, which gets to 90. Push it back a bit more narrow again. You have a bottom of the foot bend, or sorry, mid foot bend, which goes backwards and up to here. And then you have the bottom of the foot bend here with the claws. So you can put that part down of his foot like a dog would as well. Waist, there is a joint which can turn. There's a small up and down, and it will hold his weight, which is good. Back legs do go all the way around, and they do go out quite far too, which is nice. Great for some poses, I'm telling you. The knee bend, bit more deceptive. I mean, I was hoping that could go straight, if I'm honest, but then if it went straight, you wouldn't actually get to see his face if he's standing up. So it goes, it should go backwards, not very far, and then forwards, not very far. Then he has the bend in his ankle here, which goes which way? Not so far that way, also that way. Then he's got the toe bend again. Let me just quickly set this up in a high four-legged position, or a tall, I should say, four-legged position. Try and get quite a natural pose if I can, or a more natural pose. Okay, so that is set up. We'll get an idea of its size. Not that natural if I'm talking about it, the size, but anyway. So if I get my trusty tape measure, and then we'll give it a quick measure. So it is in height wise to the top of the shoulder, is looking like it's about 14 cm. From the nose to the stubby end of the tail, it's about around about 20 cm, 19.5, 20 cm approximately. Now, if we do some comparisons, because you know I'm going to do comparisons on this channel, let's use the Thunderwolf from the Joyhoy 140K line. You see that they are not a bad scale with each other. The American Werewolf in London is taller, longer limbs. The Thunderwolf is slightly longer and slightly stockier. But there's much better articulation, it has to be said, on the Necca one. But that's not an issue. If we look at this with a 118 scale figure, let's use the 112 first, since this is 112. I'm going to use my my death dealer from Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, because he's on my table. It was an okay figure, not great. Hasbro done better before, but you can see that as a great scale for your fantasy and your sci-fi for 112. But if you're looking for something really good for sci-fi fantasy, you need to go to a 118 to get the scale looking really quite impressive, and Boss Fight Studios. Obviously, if it's 112, you look at Mythic Legions mainly, because Mythic Legions are fantastic figures. So if I just set up my my guy here, who is a great figure. Now that is a bit scary. Sigurd the Traveller, the Barbarian Adventure, is not having a lot of luck recently. He was in my my Diablo video the other day, and now he's facing off against the American Werewolf in London. He's a great figure. I'll stick in the top right for you too. So you see with the 118 scale, that is just such an impressive beast. Now if I get my custom Fortnite Knight, who I hope I'll finish soon. Been saying that for like 2 years now. It's just basically Fortnite figure parts mixed and matched to get this, I think, a fantastic looking fantasy knight. But it needs to be dyed or painted or something. You can see that American Werewolf in London is fantastic for your 118 scale. And the other thing to check out, and I'll use Sigurd the Barbarian Adventure for this, is can it be used as a mount? Bear in mind it's got quite a thin body, particularly compared to the Thunderwolf from Joytoy. It should be quite easy. You know, make a good mount for your orcs or something like that. But let's have a look. Oh, that's fantastic. He really sits in that well. And he can hold his shield in it really nicely too. That that does work particularly well. I do like that a lot. If you like sort of content, please again consider joining the Patreon and subscribe to this channel and check out the videos. There's over 1,000, I think it's over 1,200. There's over 1,000 videos anyway for you guys to watch, and smash that notification icon so you don't miss one as soon as it's published. I'll see you soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.